Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. It's also Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everyone who's filled that role and all the wonderful fathers and grandfathers and uncles and stepfathers and all those things. Thank you. Your 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 job is essential. So, and I wish I'm filming this on Father's Day, and in a couple of hours we'll be leaving to take James out. Um, Ava has to work at 2, so we have to do our celebrating early, and so I'm going to sneak in some time to do my page. Um, the photos I'm working with here are of Allie and her partner who are celebrating a year together. They got a place together in Chattanooga a year ago, and they're celebrating it here, and these pictures are just absolutely gorgeous. So I hope I do them justice. I'm very happy that she sent them to me and trusted me with them. So Alligator, here we go. All of you out there know her as Alligator, and of course there's going to be an alligator on her page. This is the page that we're scrap lifting this week. It's by Kylie Kingham, and it is absolutely adorable. She's got pattern papers, some of them with graphics, some of them with floral prints. She's got a couple photos, different sizes, kind of at angles. The photos, her photos, are not, don't have a mat on them. And when I put this together, I may remove the mat from my photos, or I may distress. Let me see what it looks like if I distress the mat. She just distressed her photos on the edge with no white border at all. And I don't know if I've ever distressed a photo, the photo itself. But I kind of like this look, except I think this piece of matting is too wide. You know how I eyeball when I use my trimmer. I hardly ever measure anything, and you can imagine that's also how I cook. I don't necessarily follow recipes. Recipes are meant to be inspiration, like sketches and scrap lifts, right? I read a recipe and I imagine the flavors and and I may pay attention to specific proportions of things that, like seasonings that you don't want to overdo and things like that. But I rarely pull it out and measure and make it exactly odd, and therefore it doesn't come out the same. When it never comes out the same twice, because I'll think of some other thing that should have been in the recipe or that I wish had been in the recipe, and I don't know if I think that's gonna look okay. Okay. So I'm going to put this aside. The things I'm taking away from this are the individually cut little flowers that have kind of been curled up, and they are layered on top of a multi-floral pattern that's repeated 3 times. I'm not going to use the multi-floral pattern. I've got a little bit bigger flowers, and they're not all individual, so I'm going to place them a little differently. And she has a butterfly, and so I have 3. So I can outdo her butterflies. And I love the little tag right here that has the title on it. I've done a tag with the title on it. It doesn't look anything like hers, but I'm happy with it. Okay. So I punched these squares out of several different Paige Evans collections. And I mixed florals. There are florals that don't match the other florals, and I'm okay with that. You know I am. I wanted my main color story here to be the yellow background. And let's see, does that go there? Where's my other square? I guess that goes there. Anyway, I'm trying to get these straight. And where did that go? Here it is. I actually don't want that there. I want that here, and I want this here. Because if this is out here, I think the whole thing will show, and that's probably my favorite pattern paper of the whole mess. Let's see, I think these go this way. I had them kind of arranged, but to be honest, I don't, a reminder, that's actually a reminder. I left the reminders in that remind me, that used to remind me of when John's medication was due. And I know it seems silly, but I left them on, and I let them kind of signify other things now, but the reminder name is still there. It's just silly, but thinking a lot about him today and what an incredible father he was. He stepped into that role as James's stepfather and never looked back. I mean, never doubted his I want to put these kind of at an angle to each other, like so. But I don't want the angle to be too pronounced. And I want it to be kind of, that gonna work? I think so. And then this can kind of be layered sort of like that. I'm gonna do this. And maybe do that, and then we'll put that right there, and I'm going to put some foam tape on this to make it stand up. And then we'll start the fun part. Okay. And I have a few BrambleFox things. Not sure I'm gonna use them all, but what I like about this one is that it kind of, to me, it represents the story of two people's story. And that's kind of what they're celebrating. So I want to put this on the page, and I want it to be kind of there with the title. I'm going to do some journaling, and I'll probably, I'm kind of on a search for, I'm going to put that just right there so it looks like it's filling in one of those square spots. Okay, and now let's see what we can do with these. I'm thinking that I want to do something kind of right there at this, in this area. This one kind of has to be on top of a photo or one of these kind of underneath one of those squares. Let me just start gluing them down. I had them arranged in a, gosh, I'm looking around for the little glue unplugger. What is happening here? Okay. Hopefully it'll come out a little bit better now. Just a tiny bit better, not much. I'm going to put that like so, and then there, I have no strength. Okay, right there. And I have this, which I can tuck under the big flower in this cluster, I think. How about if I do it this way? Kind of get it to touch, get some contact going there. Now I have this one. Which goes, I'm going to put it kind of right there. And I have two really nice big flowers for down here. I'm going to put this one here. And now the big plain flowers, which I love. I'm going to kind of put that right there. And put this one here. And I love layering flowers on top of florals that have nothing alike. It's like mixing flowers in your garden, and I know something about that. I know just a little about that. Okay. When I was dry fitting, I noticed I originally put the butterflies kind of out here in the yellow space. But I like them, I want everything to kind of be part of the cluster. So I'm bringing them in. Oh my goodness, I've moved. Fumble fingers here. Okay, that's down now. I want to do it, kind of bring them into the picture. So I'm going to have them overlap the photos without obscuring anything in the photos. It's kind of my goal here. And I'll do those there, and I want to do the big butterfly here as part of this photo. And so this one needs to go maybe right here. And that up, and then we'll go here. Sometimes I use foam tape to kind of lift up the bodies and then curve the wings, but this time I'm just doing liquid glue on the bodies and then kind of sticking them down. And then when they're fully dry, I can go back and raise the wings. And it'll be a little bit more effective than what I just did. Okay, I have this arrow. And I want to put it there because I'm going to do a little bit, tiny bit of journaling right here. I'm not going to do it until after I've photographed the page. But I also want to use this We Are Here. I think it's I know it's a travel icon, but I think it can also be used as a relationship icon. We're here. This is where we are in our journey. And I think that's what these photos say to me. And I love Allie, and I love seeing her this happy. And so thank you, Nick. And Allie, thank you again for trusting me with these photos. Now, I've finished the page, except for my usual hearts. And I'm actually going to use a bunch of these hearts. They're in all the colors that are on this page. And so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them about in the yellow part. And right here, I'm going to do the overlapping. So I wanted something, I like this blue, because I think that'll show up nicely. And let me get a different shade of the same blue. Okay, let me get my tweezer to hold this and get it in just the right place. And if you can find my tweezers for me, I'd appreciate it. Here they are. Okay, I have a piece of this BrambleFox title that says "Yay" is mirrored. It's just amazing. And I have a piece of my silver gray mirror looking hair tangled up in it, so I didn't want that. Okay, don't want that to move. And this is going to overlap, but I didn't want it at such a severe angle. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to raise this up and squeeze. No, I'm not. I'm going to let it stay raised, and that's fine. Okay, so I've got those there. Let's see if I have any other colors I want to introduce. I kind of like this pale pink one. And I'm going to put them at a little bit of an angle, maybe not so lined up looking. And I think I don't need any more here. And like I said, I'm going to write something there. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll check out everybody else who's done this scrap lift today, and that you can see all of that, and you can upload yours if you decide to scrap lift it at the Scrap Squad Facebook page. You join. There's no hidden fees, and you'll get a new scrap lift every week, at least every week, and there are cyber crops and birthday lifts and all kinds of special events going on throughout the year. So I thank you for watching, and I'm going to go get this uploaded and get ready to go celebrate Father's Day. So happy anniversary to Allie and Nick, and happy Father's Day to everyone. I know Nick is a father to a pup, so happy Father's Day, Nick. And I thank you all for being here. Bye.